You know, somewhere along the line it got worked into my nut that being a furniture maker, a cabinet maker, was like the top of the woodworking heap. Cabrio legs are very three-dimensional, so they get cut out of a square block of wood, but you can cut them out from two sides. Mostly I make 18th century period reproductions. Queen Anne, I work a lot in the Sheraton style, what they call the Federal period, with a lot of inlay work, with working with veneers. So this is a pattern that I made a long time ago. It's actually a tracing of an 18th century leg. It is high art. It's three-dimensional art in wood, and you have to shape the wood and you create designs which have meaning in people's lives, and there's a lot of art and a lot of artistry, a lot of artisanship, if you will. Being walnut, it's kind of hard to see those lines. I've traced it on the two outside faces. The 18th century furniture designs hark back to the ancient temples and decorative elements that the Greeks used and the Romans used. The best thing to do is to build absolutely the highest style, individual, custom-made pieces that you can, and find a niche market. You know, find a handful of clients that are willing to pay you to do that. In fact, these tables that I just built are not reproductions. They're built in the Sheraton style, but they're my own design. The trick with cabrio legs is that when you saw off this block of wood, you're sawing away your lines. So you have to leave the piece of wood in place so that you can then see the lines on the other side. I have a very good client down in Chestnut Hill, Mass, and he will say, I need a table to go in this corner, in this room, and I want it to match everything else in the room. Break the waste pieces off, and then you have something that looks like that. I have to cut out above the knee, round it over, and then I will take files, rasp and files, and shape the leg, and the foot is actually turned, the bottom part of the foot here. So the next thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this on my lathe between centers. It's a fun kind of dynamic thing to cut out a cabrio leg, because you've got this, it started out as a big square block, and then it's cut, and you end up with that. The other part, of course, about doing custom work is that you spend all your time sitting in your shop working on stuff and nobody ever sees it except your clients. So it's always great to have a way to get people in the door to see what you do, just to get the word out.